Hello, good morning everybody. Okay, welcome to 2NT Mathematics class with Miss Suhaila. Alright, we're going to do chapter 4, proportion, and specifically worksheet 4.2, inverse proportion. So we have learned direct proportion in the previous lesson. So what is the difference between direct and inverse proportion? You must be asking, right? So you will know that at the end of this lesson, hopefully. Okay, try your best. Okay, so what are we going to learn? Let's look at the content goals over here, everybody. Okay, so we are going to be able to perform these tasks. What are they? We want to be able to understand what is inverse proportion compared to direct proportion, and we're going to apply inverse proportion in solving problems. All right. Then, what do we need to be able to understand at the end of this lesson? What does it mean when two quantities are inversely proportional to each other? Okay, so what is inverse proportion actually? Alright, so we have seen this word quantity appear in direct proportion in the previous worksheet. So let's go on to what we're going to learn about inverse proportion. Okay, so ready guys. When two quantities x and y are in inverse proportion, then we will be able to see that as x increases, okay, and we have learned that when something increases, usually it's multiplied by some number, okay, y decreases, okay, and instead of being multiplied like x, it is actually divided by the same number. So the k does not change, but one is times and the other one is divide. Okay, so that's what it means by inverse proportion. Inverse, guys, so that means what? Opposite. Okay, they are opposite. One is times, the other one is divide. Okay, so let's look at this example. For example, if I have the number of workers, I have one worker. Now this one worker will take 12 hours to finish cleaning the entire school, for example. Okay, but let's say now I have two workers. Okay, will I need more time or less time now that I have two workers, more workers? Okay, so naturally two workers we will have less time, right? So that's common sense, right? Okay, now let's give ourselves another example. Let's say I asked Imran to help me to sweep the floor in the classroom. So if Imran has to do it alone, then it will take him, let's say, 12 hours to finish sweeping the floor. Okay, I don't know how he takes 12 hours to sweep the floor of the classroom. Okay, but suppose lah, an example, Imran takes 12 hours to finish sweeping the floor of the class. And then Yong Chin, so kind, he offered, he said, Miss Hala, I help Imran lah, he's my best friend. So now we have two people sweeping the classroom. Then Imran will have an easier time because now he will be able to share the work with Yongchin and they will take lesser time to finish sweeping the class. So this is how uh, inverse proportion actually works, guys. So if I have one worker, okay, I will take 12 hours. So if I have two workers, that means 1 times 2, okay, can you see here, times 2? Then the number of hours, 12, will not be times 2, it will be less, right? It will be divided by 2. So that, like the statement says. So if x increases, it's multiplied by 2 times, let's say, then y will decrease, is going to be divided by 2 times. Okay, let's look at the next one. If let's say now, instead of just Imran and Yongchin, then Al-Fikri also wants to join. Okay, so now we have 3 people helping to clean the school. So 1 times 3, okay, 1 person times 3, now we got 3 people, okay, working together. Then the number of hours will be, instead of 12, now we take 12, we divide it by 3. So you can see if 1 is multiplied by 3, the other quantity will be divided by 3. So now they will take only 4 hours to clean. Okay? Alright. Okay, so to summarize what we learned in this particular example, I'm going to show you that, okay, so if let's say I have, instead of 1 worker, I have 2 workers now, I times 2. Then the other side will be divided by 2. 12 divided by 2, 12 divided by 2 will be 6. hours. 2 workers, I will have lesser time, 6 hours. You see guys, this is the part that is actually inverse proportion. One is times 2, the other side is divided by 2. Okay, then what if now I have 3 workers? So I am going to times 3 here. And this time, the other side, instead of times 3, we still have 3, but it's divided by 3. That's what it means by inverse. Opposite, guys. Opposite, okay? So, you can see here, one is times 3. The other side is also 3, but divided by 3. Inverse. Opposite of divide. Opposite of time. So, we have divide. So, we will have over here, 12 divided by 3 will be 4 hours. Okay? Let's try the next example. Okay, now in example 2, it's the same thing. You will see inverse proportion, where if x decrease, if x decrease, okay, x decreases, means it's divided by k times, then y will be the opposite of decrease, will be increases, and instead of divide, it will be multiplied. So again, guys, inverse proportion, one thing very clear, one is divide, the other one is times, it's opposite, okay, opposite direction. Okay, so now in this example, we have the number of minutes of cleaning the classroom and y is the number of students. X is the time, y is the number of students. So if we were to have 20 minutes, okay, to complete the cleaning of the classroom by 2 students, then if let's say I want 10 minutes, okay, then how many students would I require? Okay, look over here, 20, how to get 10? Divide by 2, right guys? So the other side, instead of divide, change to times. The number remains the same, 2 also. So 2 times 2 will have 4 students. Okay, there you go. Then what about the other one? When we have 8 students here, how much time will be taken? So 2 times how many will give you 8? 2 times 4 will give you 8, right? So the other side, instead of times 4, since it's inverse proportion, right? Then it will be divided by 4. So 20 divided by 4 is 5 minutes. There you go. Okay, so that's inverse proportion. Now, how do we identify inverse proportion? Basically, you must understand. Okay, inverse proportion means one quantity increase, the other one will decrease. Now, I want you to take some time, pause my video, and then think about what are two quantities in life such that if one quantity go up, the other one will go down. I give you some time. Pause, okay? Pause the video and think about it. Okay, everybody, I hope you have paused the video and taken some time to think about some real life examples of how direct proportion and inverse proportion, okay, how you compare them and how do you use them in real life without realizing. Okay, so I have one example here, which I hope you can relate to. So for example, if let's say we have x is the quantity where the number of late coming days that you have. Okay, you come to school late. And then y is the detention hours. So the more late coming days you have, okay, the more detention hours you'll have to serve. The less late coming days you have, then the less detention hours you have to serve. Now, what kind of relationship does x and y have in this case? Okay, think about it. See, when x go up, y goes up. When x goes down, then y also goes down. Okay, so this is direct proportion. Okay, now what about here? When we have, let's say now, we have x is the detention hours that you have to serve, and y is the leisure time after school. Okay, so let's think about this. If you have more detention hours that you have to serve because of whatever offense that you have done, okay, then you will have less leisure time after school. Okay, and if you have less detention hours to serve in school, then you will have more leisure time to do whatever you enjoy doing. So look, when x increases, detention hours increases, then y will decrease. Your leisure time, your rest time, your fun time will decrease. But when your X decreases, that means you have less detention hours. Then your Y increase, that means you have more time to rest after school. Instead of having to serve detention, you can do the things that you enjoy. That's what it means by leisure time. So what kind of relationship does X and Y have in this particular case? This will be inverse proportion. Okay, guys? Alright, that's the end. I would like you to try practice questions 1, the 3 questions as homework, and you submit them using the instructions that I've given. Okay, read the instructions carefully. I want you to learn to read instructions and do what you need to do to submit your answers. Okay, thank you everybody for learning, and stay positive and take care of yourself.